Hello everyone and welcome back to another video by Simplilearn. This is Anubhav and in this video we will be creating a Vue.js project. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you will never miss any update from Simplilearn. So without further ado, let's see how our application will look like at the end of this video. So I'll open this Chrome where I have already created this quiz project. This is how our project will look like at the end of this tutorial. This will give us a hover effect. Whenever we click on it, it will light up as a green like this. And if we click on the wrong option, it will click as red. At the end, it'll give us a score. We can add as much as questions as we want. So let's just go to our coding part. Before that, let's first see a little history of Vue.js and what is Vue.js. Former Google employee Evan You is the creator of Vue.js. Vue.js initial version was released in February 2014 and is currently rated as 64,828 stars on GitHub, making it highly well liked. So what is Vue.js? This is what a history of Vue.js was. So now, what is Vue.js? A JavaScript framework called Vue.js is used to create user interface. It provides a declarative and component-based programming approach that enables you to quickly create user interface, no matter how straightforward or complex that may be. It works on top of industry standards HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. When using Vue.js, you can add directives, which are HTML attributes, to HTML. HTML apps can function thanks to Vue.js directives. Built-in and user-defined directives are available in Vue.js. You don't need prior knowledge of Webpack, Babel, NPM, or anything else to start with Vue. But Vue makes it simple for you to rely on them when you are ready. Now, let's just move on to our coding part. For that, we need to first create a folder. So on our desktop, I'm going to create a folder, quiz app. Let's just save it here, and inside our Visual Studio Code, we'll open this folder. This is an empty folder. Now, let's start the development process for this quiz project. For that, I'll open the terminal. For that, I'll press Ctrl plus backtick. By just pressing Ctrl plus backtick, this terminal can be opened. You can also open the terminal from here by just clicking on terminal and then the new terminal. This will also open this. Here, let's create a project. For that, I'll write command npm create white method. So those who don't know about the white is a powerful engine that we'll discuss later. You'll get to know about it very soon. So let's click it. With the help of white, we can install vanilla JavaScript, Vue, React, Pre-React, Lit, Silver, and other frameworks as well. So in this project, we are using Vue. So we'll go to the Vue and then the click. We don't need TypeScript for that. Customize with Vue project. So we'll just click on JavaScript. So it's showing. First, you have to go to the current directory, which is current directory white project. This is the folder that this has been created. So in this source file, We don't need these two, so let's first delete this projects. I'll delete this folder component because it's a beginner project, so most of the code will be in this app.view only. Let's just delete this also. First, let's run this cd white object. Now we have come inside this project. After that, we'll install run npm run dev. Let's run this, and it's showing white is not recognized as an internal or external command. Operable programmer batch file. Let's find out the issue. Okay, I have forgot to tell you about the extension that we're gonna use. I have installed this extension. You also have to install this. Let's cut it so you can see it. So you all have to install this extension by just clicking on this part extension, and then here you will type new language features, voila, and in that we have to install this. Let's move on to our code. Now first let's install. Let's cut it first. Delete this terminal. Okay, let's open the terminal. Let's first install because we need npm to run all the programs. So after installing npm, let's now run this check. Now, as you can see, it's running fine. Let's see. So we can now just click. It's showing control plus click, control and then click. Deleted some components from here. These two projects that was here, so that's why this error is coming. So this will move on to our code. Console, open this app.view. We don't need any of this. Let's delete it, and then let's start working on the function of this program. Let's just delete this part also, this CSS file, because all the CSS are inside this. So Vue.js is referred as a progressive framework, as you all know, because changes and improvements are made on a regular basis, because it makes it easier for us to construct single page application and dynamic user interfaces. So in this application, I'm going to make it as a single page application. For that, stay tuned. I'm going to start the development process. So for this, I'll write tag setup. Let's just give some space here inside this. Let's now create a template tag. To that, let's create a style tag. All the styling will be done there. Let's first add some styling. So this star is for, because we want to add this, the meaning of this star is globally, because we want to add this part globally. So let's give it a margin of 0, then 0. After that, the box sizing. Okay, it's not sizing will give for the box. After that, the font family. let's give it font size because that's important. Okay, mon gray. Okay, this is yes. Let's create the body tag. Inside the body tag, we'll add all the properties. Let's bring it inside. Let's add this here. Body inside this body tag. I'll write the background color. Get the background color as. Get the background color as 096. Let's give it a little blue or orange. Let's color off. Let's just save it. It's not working. Okay, that's fine. We have to remove this part also from here. We have imported this. So let's delete this. Now dot mount. Let's now just save it. I have to run this file again. No issues. We can run that. Okay, let's open the terminal again. We need cdy project. Inside the project, then I'll write npm run dev. Control plus click. So this link will be open inside the Chrome. So as you can see, it's showing the blue background that we have written here. We don't console as of now. Let's just see. Now we'll just give it a okay. Now let's just move up and let's see it's working fine or not. Let's see inside the H1 tag. I'll write hello, or let's write to relearn. Let's just save this again. It's right. Welcome to Simplilearn. So as you can see, it's working fine. Let's just delete this part. Write something else inside this. So let's work on the script part first. Then we can move ahead. So let's first import the important modules and all. So let's as it's showing from view, these ref refresh module is from view. So let's add one more. Computed. There is also a view module. Now let's just call this first. It's not fetching it. So let's now create. So let's write code. Def and set this. Let's create a function. For that, let's first give it. The first question is first we need to add the three paths because question, and then we have to declare the answer, and then we'll give the options as well. And then the option that has been selected, we're gonna add that later. Let's add first question here. You can add as many questions as you want, and you can add questions that you like. So this is a very interesting project that students create on their degrees. Let's declare the question like this. Let's write a question. What is JS? Let's clear question mark. Answer. Let's give the answer later after we select our answer. Edit options as well. So we're gonna give options inside this box. Is React a framework? A framework. So let's give it another option. Give it another option, and that will be so. Let's give it okay. Give and then let's just do this. Yes. Okay, fine. So, what is React.js? You have all want to give the answer this. You all have to give the answer for this part. So, we have to give the answer first here. So, the answer of this question is library. So, I'm gonna add the answer. So, this let's add the option here. So, it all works as a stack 0, 1, 2. So the 0, 1 is this framework, 1 is this library, and the 2 is this language. So the answer for this is 1. So we'll write 1 and then let's just save it. You have to do the scripting and all to make it look like that I have shown you earlier. So let's just give it a option of selected. The user has selected option. So let's make it case sensitive. So let's give it null for now. The user has not been selected in option. After that, let's just copy this. Control copy 1 and 2. The last part we don't need. Let's just change this question. Its second question would be, let's give what is the full form of HTML? Yeah, that would be a nice question. You all must know this. Let's make it the answer for now. Full form text makeup. Find out the answer for this. Is it hypertext makeup language or it is high curve language, or is it? Find out the answer, guys. Let's give 3 options only. Let's add markup. So, guys, what's the answer for this? It's hypertext makeup language. So we need to declare the answer here. So we're gonna declare 0, 1, 2. Okay, let's just save it. The selected option would be null only. Let's move on to the final question for this. Just give this as we are working on Vue. Let's one question of Vue. Let's just delete this. And the answer would be same only, framework, library, or language. So Vue is a, you have to tell me, is it framework, library, or a language? So Vue is a framework. Let's just now save this part and everything is fine. Let's just see, is it thing? No, it's not showing anything. Just move ahead and let's create the functionalities. So and then the quiz completed option that we are going to give. Let's just add quiz complete. Completed. Let's give it the reference first. It will not show functionalities here. After that, we create another const. Then the current question. The question is, which question is showing. Again, we'll give it the reference function with the question, which will start from 0. Okay. Now we are also option, which I have shown you inside that. The score option, how much score do you have of correct questions that you have given. So we'll write this function also. Score, so we'll write computed. Give it a function. This, let's just do this. Let's create a function here. So we'll write let give it a value of 0 for now. After that, from the function that we are having, then the value of that, and then we'll use the map function here. I'll explain it inside. Let's just first write the function. After that, we'll give it a value, or let's, if p is equals to question, or if the p tag is selecting the answer equals to p q answer, so then we'll give a value of plus plus. So this is what, whenever we click on the right answer, it will move ahead. Otherwise, it will give us a output of wrong. So let's just complete this. Let's just return the value then. Value. The const of get current value or get current question. So we'll write, and then we'll get current questions. That, or let's write question only, because that's current question. So let's compute it. Again, that factor function. Okay, let's just, yes. So now we'll return the questions dot value of the question. This will make us very helpful. This will help us further in this app. Current questions dot value. So let's first write questions. Question dot index. Index equals to current question dot value. So let's just now finish this by just returning it. Question. Okay. Let's just return this question. Okay. Let's save it. It's working fine. We just need to call it. Towards. Let's just see everything's working fine or not. Okay. Okay. So the problem is here. That's why it's not fetching. So let's just, because we have returned after that, so we don't return it here. So let's give let question. Now it's working. Perfect. Let's move ahead. We have done with the questions part. Now we'll look on the answer part. Answer, like question part only. Let's just return the question. It's done. After that, let's get this e defines as equals to. After that, let's get rid of valid function. After that, we'll give questions dot value is the current question dot value, and then the answer which is selected. So we'll write the selected value, the target, and then the value would get fetched. So after that, this looks fine. Let's now give it a value, target. Just give it null. Let's give it. Let's create a multifunctional function. When we'll click on the next question, so we are going to write a function for the next question. Better inside that. Okay. Const. Yeah. We have to move on to the next question. We'll write. Let's give it if current question dot is less than questions dot length, then -1. Will give the value plus plus. Now let's just return this. This last one, let's as further. We have created one for get current question, set answer, and the next question. It's just quiz completed, and then at the end we'll show the value like a score. So it's done. So the functionalities we have completed here only. Now let's work on the UI part, what the user will see. So that all will come under template part. So inside the template, we'll give first. Now inside this, let's get a main class. Let's give it a name app. Inside this, main app. Okay. Inside this main app, we'll write one h1 tag. Inside this h1, we'll write the heading that will come up. So I'll write the quiz. Boom. Okay, fine. You can edit it however you want. Writing it like this, it's not. So after that, we'll give it a section. Okay, not inside this edit tag. After that, let's just go save this. Let's showing. No, it's not showing. It's okay. Because we haven't given it some styling on all, so it will not show us anything. Let's give it a section. After this, let's create the class. So inside this, let's create a span class. Let's give the class name as person. And let's now move ahead. Let's just create the get function, call the get function here. Let's write get current question. But let's write the question which we have wrote. Call this span another class. Inside this class, that score score. Now we're gonna display the score. For that, we're gonna write score and then this click inside this, then we get the question in. So whenever we click on the right question, it will get the score. The questions.length. Whenever we click on the right question, it will give us 1 point. So yeah, save it. After that, let's first see the application. Let's see this. Okay, fine. It's showing the quiz from Simplilearn, and the question is, and the score is this. Okay, we have added 3 questions, so it's showing us the 3 score. But it's not showing us the options. We're gonna add the option part also. So let's just, after this, let's work on this option part. Let's create a class of options. Inside these options, we're gonna label it as for. Let's label this as for. Okay, let's just create it simply to give you an idea. Then we'll do input type. Go. Using button, or we can use button. Go. Let's just name it as index here. So let's name get current okay dot index. Okay, let's new line. Okay, after this we're going to add u. So let's add the value here, and the value would be in the index only. So let's save it. First, inside this, let's now just give it an input of v for. Inside this, we'll pass the option and the index part. Option and then the index. For now, let's fine. Yes. Inside this, we'll get the current question dot options. So we're gonna get the right option. Now we press on the key will be index. Okay. Let's space here. Okay, fine. It's showing right. Let's just save it. And it's showing the buttons. We're gonna change this and when we'll work on the styling part. For now, we will on this only. So, okay, fine, it's all fine. It's just your class. It's backtick. Inside the option, curly brackets, and inside this, okay, let's make this inside the new line so we can read clearly. After that, let's just wait. Oh, that's fine. Let's just get the current option dot selected. Whenever I click on the right question, it will index it. And let's this index. Now let's move forward and inside this index part, we're gonna write. Let's just delete it for now. Let's read our code. Yes, okay, fine. Let's the index that will be equals to the current question, and then to fetch the answer, we'll write this. After that, whenever we click on the right question, it will give us a correct. Otherwise, if I need to, and then nothing. Let's just okay. Let's save it, and after that, I know it's looking okay. Oh, yeah, I wrote backtick, so I have to put here also backtick. Let's just move forward. Okay, let's create another class. Get okay inside this. It's fine. Inside this, we're gonna create another. Okay, and this. Okay, this is not showing right. Yeah, now it's looking. Okay, and fetch this, and then the selected option. Whenever another have used here as ternary operators. We'll give it an index. And again, we'll fetch this get current question dot selected, and then let's read this. Okay, fine, looking good. Let's just go to the output. So, see. Now first just disable these buttons. So whenever we click on this, other buttons will get disabled. So for that, we need to give this one the answer one button. It's just remove it there. Let's get disabled. And then if we don't give any answer. So it's alright. Let's save this. Fine. Now we can go to the view model, and this will write get current question selected. So whenever we select an option, we want that to be shown. So after that, okay, let's write it inside the different line. Whenever we build this one, view, and then so whenever this is what whenever we click on any question, be disabled. So it's all right. Okay, fine. Let's just read this once more. So everything is fine. Let's inside this. Okay. No, yeah. Everything's looking fine now. Click button part. Whenever we click any button is set on we have also declare the set answer. Okay. Okay. Let's just go back to okay. As you can see, this is what we have created. And I will click on this button. Other buttons were disabled. So now we'll go back to our code. Now we'll fetch the options also. So by just going here, now we have given the click. Just let's write it. See, change. After that, let's create first span to see the answers that we have created. So we'll fetch the option. Just save it for more cleanliness. So as you can see, all the options of React is showing. So whenever we click on the React framework, the library and the language got disabled. We cannot click on these ones. Okay, let's go back to our code. Now we have come to the last part of this templates, and after that we'll create, okay, let's give more space. Let's create a button. Inside this button, I'm gonna write whenever click on the next question, it will disable although get question dot selected. After that, inside this, let's create whenever we get the current question. We'll go back to index and then question e minus 1. So whenever we go to the next question, the length of the questions would minus 1. This means whenever if we have 3 questions, it will just cut the one part and then the 2 will be left. It will show like 2 questions will be left. So whenever we finish, it will show us the score. So for that, let's write finish, and then we will get the get current question dot selected null. Select an option. Let's just add this. Okay, let's write we'll write here as select an option. So an option. After that, the next point we'll write. Let's just give it a little. Okay, fine. So we'll here write next question. This next question, let's just save it and see. Okay, perfect. Whenever we click on this, and we'll just click on the next question. So isn't looking cool? Yeah. Let's go back to our code. and then let's see if we have. Now we will work on the finish last screen part. So inside to this section, we'll create another section. If we have created, then else. So we have created this if will the answer will be there. Otherwise, it will give us whenever the questions will end. It will give us this. So let's write if else inside this. Right. Let's do you. Let's just do it in a second. Let's first just add this line. You have finish. Just the words. Okay. Let's just see what's the issue here coming. Spot. Let's just see what's the issue. Okay, fine. Okay, first just add the paragraph line. After this, it's to tag. Whenever we go to the last question, it will fetch this part. So, right. Okay, inside this, we'll write our score. Score is, and then the function for score to fetch it. So we'll write score and then the question, because it will fetch from question only, then questions are left, then only it can give us the right. Okay, I forgot to add the if part. So inside this template, inside this section part, I'll write VF, and then we're going to say completed. Whenever the close will be completed, this function will be run, and if not, this function will be run. Okay, let's just save it. Back to our code. Let's just see, you have finished the quiz, and this is what it's showing. Okay, fine. Oh, everything must look nice. Okay, fine. Okay, so what's the fetching? Let's just go to the section bar again, the template, section class. Okay. So it can be fetched. Let's just do it again. Just see if we have forgot anything to add. Let's just see. Okay, fine. Everything looks okay. Length section and okay, fine. Let's just see here. Okay, the first question is saying, let's add the next, and whenever we click on this finish button, it's not fetching the right option. It should show us this part. You have finished so we have to write here. Let's see what's the issue coming here. Let's find the issue here, what's coming, because the finish button is not working. Okay, let's first, let's quiz complete, let's save it, and then let's see. Okay, fine. The quiz from Simplilearn. React is a framework. library. Let's just add this system here so you can see. Okay, fine. It's showing my score also. The score is 3, 1 out of 3. Let's just now style this part. And for styling, I'm going to give it a like app. Start with the app one. Which will write dot. Let's say this. Let's write display should be flex. After that, flex direction column. Align it inside center. Let's give it a heading of 2 and the height of 100 inch. Save it. It's showing here everything's. Let's do some styling here inside that. Get the Vue.js tag, and inside this, let's give it a font size of 1 rand will be fine. Let's give it 2 rand. Not that margin, not margin. 2 rand. Save it. After that, we'll fetch the quiz part. Inside this, we will give it a background color of orange. For that, the code is CF610. We can change the colors also. Heading. Heading. That would be. Let's give it a width of 100%. For that, max height would be. Max width would be 600. Let's write 600 for now. Let's save it. Let's see. Okay. 650. Okay, fine. It's showing. Cool. We can do some styling in the options part and then this button also. For now, it's looking cool. Let's move forward. After that, let's work on this quiz. Inside this, let's give it a display flex. Justify content space between. And let's give it a margin button of 1. After that, let's styles quiz questions. Info. Questions. Inside this. Okay, fine. Yeah. So we're gonna give it a color of 09 and 09. Black. Font size should be 1.5 for now. You can use 1.5 and we'll give the scoreboard of 125. On this quiz info score. Inside the score part, we will give color of white and the font size should be 1.25. Now let's save it. Let's see how it's looking. Yeah, it's looking great. Yeah, we will work on this just in a minute. Let's work on the options bar now. Dot options. Inside this, let's give it a margin bottom of 1 rem. Save it. After that, we work on the option part. This option will give it padding, so it will look good. One would be fine. Display should be flex, or let's make it. Okay, we can make it as block also. So we'll make it as block. Let's give it background color. Okay. That one F. Blue color is given now. Then give it a margin bottom. 0.5 would be fine. Border radius 0.5. Save it. Yeah. Now you can just change the color of this if it's not that great, but it's fine. Now we'll make the cursor pointer, which is very important. Cursor as pointer. CU sir pointer. So when we'll work on this, it will be pointer. Let's work on the option hover. Hover on any option, the background color should change. Let's give it a color of orange. Let's just save it and see if it's looking good. Okay, it's not showing the hover effect now, but we will make it happen just a while. Okay, let's just give the correct options first. Option dot correct. Inside this, we'll give it the background color of green. It's 2CCE70. And change the color of green to darker also. It's fine. Okay. Now let's just copy this part, paste, and then you can just change the color from here. It's good. Now we'll work on this part. Dot option. Last of type. Now we'll click on this. Margin. Bottom. 0. Okay, let's just. Okay. Yeah, now. Okay, fine. Let's just move ahead. Option disabled also. Disabling option. Disabled. These kind of projects helps an individual to work on this, and you can also get the course hours as React developer. If you want to be a full stack developer, you can take our course. You can call our helpline number and get the course and YouTube channel. There are so many other courses we have created, and we create very good content on daily basis. So you can also check it out. So let's write the input now. Let's give it a display none. And after that, let's work on the button now. Save the button. Parents would be none. Add none. Let it order none. Add the cursor to padding 1 rem and moving to this margin left 12 rem background color 32B71D color the okay, we can write color as 070707 and then the font size we have to create the font weight we should add here. Okay, the font weight will be 700. We can increase it after we see the output. Let's just after the weight will just transform. Okay, let's here transform to uppercase 1.2. So we can drawing this. Border radius 0.5. After that, now we'll work on the button disable part. The button would be disabled. This option would be shown on the screen. Turn let's give it 0.5 and then we work on this last h2 tags and the font size 2 rem margin bottom 2 rem. Again, the text alignment should be center, and for the h2 it's fine. Let's work on the p tag now. The color of this would be, let's 04 would be fine. And the size 1.5. Then the text alignment here also should be center. Let's just save it. Let's see the output now. It's disabling the other parts. It's disabling the other parts. And let's hypertext next question and the framework. So it's showing us that your score is 2 out of 3. So I'm sure you have loved this video. So if you like this video, make sure to like and share it. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.